Hi, this is Grace Allen. Please leave a message.
Mom? I fell in love with Missing because of searching.
It still retains the intimacy of the first installment because of the technological structure of it, but it has a much more expansive purview in terms of storytelling.
It's bigger, there's even more twists and turns in the first one.
We threw a lot more tech on the screen. The thrills are that much more.
The whole film is constantly twist upon twist upon twist.
Miss Allen, we may have found them.
When I was reading the script, I was like, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting that. And then something else happens, I'm like, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting that either.
Why would she keep this from me?
It requires you to use every part of your brain, and it taps into all of your senses. Your brain is on 10.
It's a huge maze of red herrings. Sometimes we describe it as working on like a puzzle or a math problem.
We started with a whiteboard. We wrote on there the word family. We scrawled twists and turns and thrills, the theme of connection and disconnection. Those are the core tenets. We've already done a father searching for his missing daughter. Why don't we just flip that dynamic? Just naturally have it be a child searching for a parent.
Seven and Niche went off and they wrote an incredible outline. And we were tasked with translating those bullet points into character.
You know you don't have to use Siri for literally everything, right?
Listen, I need you to write a couple of things down.
Emotion. And making it all work on a screenplay level.
Junior don't know what she's capable of. She lied to a judge to have me put in prison.
A lot of these misdirects are more than just faking you out with a red herring. They're playing into your own bias, your own way of seeing the world.
I have a record.
And trying to tell you something about how maybe the way you and the main character of the movie saw the world was wrong and led you to reach the wrong conclusions.
It was real.
On one hand, you want to try to subvert people's expectations and you want to keep things fresh and as a surprise, but then you don't want to go too far with it because at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is emulate something that could happen in real life.
You also want to make it an emotional journey for the protagonist and the audience.
I've already lost one parent, Javi. I can't lose her too.
Being able to pull both of those off is incredibly difficult, and we're lucky to work with a team of really great storytellers.
All right, guys, we got that. We're moving outside.
I love real-life crime stories. I think we are tapping into figuring out mysteries, figuring out crimes.
Audiences are really into true crime, especially like con stories, things that have to do with the internet.
We've always had this fascination with this. What Missing is doing is taking that fascination and putting it into our phones, into our laptops, and into the devices that we use every day.
It's June 27th, 10 p.m. at the office of Heather DeMoore.
This movie engages more than Searching did with the popularity of the true crime genre and true crime recreations of stuff that really happened. We were writing this thinking it's kind of weird how prevalent this is and how it's kind of messed up, but also we kind of love it.
Exclusive developments tonight in the case of Grace Allen.
We're seeing the crime and what June is going through the lens of the internet, which I think is one of the most fun aspects of these movies.
We're all obsessed with true crime stories. We're all obsessed with stories about people using the internet to con others.
She hired Lynn and the driver, stages the kidnapping.
And the story of Missing is what happens if you find yourself right at the center of that, and how do you get out of it?
People have been obsessed with murder and kidnapping and scary things next door forever. We're just doing what Agatha Christie did in a very 21st century medium.
I'm calling to report a missing person.
Okay, who is this regarding?
Searching, we had John Cho playing David Kim, who was a father looking for his missing daughter. He didn't quite understand the world of the internet, and so much of the fun of that movie, the obstacles that the character had to overcome, was him having to learn and navigate and understand social media and understand Venmo and things like that.
We had a lot of jokes about how our main character, David, was not very tech savvy. And in a way, having a character that's not tech savvy helps you sort of teach the audience how each app is used.
On Missing, we got to kind of flip the script and have June, who's 18, be the person doing the searching.
Kevin Lynn, he was at your house June 8th. What was he doing there?
Storm Reed's character, June, she is a teenager. So the obstacle is actually not the internet.
There's definitely a difference between generations in terms of how we access information.
My generation has grown up the majority of our lives with computers, with telephones, so we know how to work faster than our parents.
Mom?
Siri, please call
Mom,
Junebug.
you're already on the phone. This is FaceTime.
June's gift is she actually becomes a stronger investigator in the mystery than the actual authorities.
In this story, the unknown is not the internet. The unknown is what happened to her mother.
We wanted to pick a protagonist that really knew how to use the apps, really knew what she was doing, because it was a cool way to not only trust like the audience more, but to challenge ourselves to show things on a computer screen that are a little more ambitious than you might have seen before.
We're not gonna teach you anything. We're just gonna go kind of like 100 miles an hour right off the bat.
The fact that June is so adept at the internet, she knows this world. The internet is actually her home and where she feels really herself.
Don't close that.
It actually ends up making the film that much more escalated because now the thrills are far greater, the obstacles are even harder, and the twists are way more numerous because June can handle it.
Don't let them put you down.
I think part of the fun of Missing is the playfulness with the audience, the fake outs, the surprises, and introducing a show within the show both gave us a great opportunity to pay homage to searching in a really fun way, but to also set up the ultimate little fake out, the ultimate playful twist at the very end.
This is not a show. This is my mom.